Hello everyone, you've seen my clips before. Those were some clips I did with some of my mates, and I wouldn't say I'm the best of the stack, but I'm one of the best. Um, but yeah, this is a way you can get better at Siege. This video probably won't pop off as much as it will other videos, such as Spoil or Stompin', but I'll show you some of my settings for when you go against with your mates or anyone like that. So as you can see, my settings for controller are 35 and 70 with dead zones that are 5. And then we don't really need to care about these dead zones here, but if you wanted to, if you had like stick drift or whatever, you can change that to 10. But I normally keep on 0 because I don't really have stick drift. Being so, my controller ADS is 2438. These are pretty good settings. You can if you want have it on 37, but I normally just have it on between 38 and 43. So have it on between those two. With 1 point magnification, you can have it between 19 and 33, I would say. You can have it higher, but I tend to have it a bit lower. That's only because with 2.5 it's so much different comparing to 1 point, but that's just simple settings there for you if you want them. For display, I have my field of view on 84 and my HUD display is on 95, but I did used to have it on 80. It doesn't really matter too much because as you can see from my gameplay, it does not change a thing at all comparing to FOV. Normally with FOV I used to have it on 87, but that's only comparing if you actually want it on 87. I think with 87 there's not much of a difference really, but even so you can have it between 84 and 90. I normally have it on 84 now because obviously I'm only PlayStation and it doesn't really affect me as much. But for audio we have night mode. You can change it on the hi-fi. With hi-fi it's a bit different. I think you can hear footsteps more, but with night mode you can hear explosions a lot more better. I just think night mode's probably one of the best. Never have it on TV. I've never seen a champion player or any player have it on TV. So just keep it on night mode. But for master volume, obviously 100. I do tend to have it on 86 if I want to listen to Spotify or whatever. Menu SFX volume, I just have it on 75 really. There's nothing really much to it. You can have it on 100, but I just tend to have it on 75. Only because when it comes into the menu, it's just it's loud for my ears, so I don't really care about that too much. I will say with accessibility, oh, that's my phone going off. With accessibility, I have white as my octa color, as you can see. You can have it on red, but I just tend to have it on white or black, light blue, green, turquoise, any of those. I used to have it on purple as well. I do change a lot with my optic color, but with the opacity for purple, I normally put it down to 75. So I can, as you can see, it's a lot more better. This is like stomping, but yeah, you know, just you can have it on whatever you want, but just same with purple. It's a lot more better with 75. Screen shake, I have it off. Motion blur, you can have this on, but I tend to have it off because with it on, you'll see a lot more of like stuff around your screen. It shakes a lot. It blurs your screen out. You can't really see the enemy as much. But with red, you know, with motion blur off, you see like a red in your background. You know, it's not as bad as obviously your screen just shaking and blurring in the background. You know, it's more easier to see enemies with that off when they're shooting at you. Now, dark glare, this is what I have on stun at FVX, it's dark glare because with white glare, when you get stunned, your screen will become really bright, and I feel like you can't really see as much, obviously, it's just a stun, obviously, but with white glare, it hurts your eyes as well, it gets you off guard, and if you were obviously defending, you know, it's gonna be a bit annoying trying to find the enemy with the white glare on, but with dark glare, I think it runs out a bit more quickly. you can see the enemy in a matter of a second, and especially it doesn't hurt your eyes as much as it does with like, you know, white glare. But for team color, you can have this on red. I do have this on red only because it doesn't really matter what your team color is, because of, like, say for example claymores. If your teammate was to place down a claymore, you know, it will come out. If you had it on blue, it will just come out blue. You know, you can see that shit. But with the opposing team color, if you had it on red like most people do, normally their team colors like this, you know, you can't really see the claymore if you were defending, and especially on Cafe Dostoevsky when it's on the stairway, it's a bit annoying because you can't see it. But if so, you can have it on orange. I don't, you know, it's what you want to do, but I have it on red only because my eyesight can be a bit annoying sometimes, and I can't really see claymores, or I can't see enemy drones or whatever. So I tend to have it on blue because blue is the most brightest color out of those two. So, and that's why my teammates on my team colors on red, because whatever gadget your teammate like places, it doesn't really gonna affect you. It doesn't really matter. So, you know, just have it on that if you want. But yeah, even so, that's basically my settings. Gotten through, and I'll show you a quick clip of my settings on a custom.
Emerald friend.
Why would you reinforce that?
Because, no, look, you could look through that before, but...
Oh my god, you ruined it.
Op 4
I'm
last.
not thinking that was a headshot. I'm sorry, Tim. No, I can't. That's an Irish phone.
Aww.
Woo!
Friendly mission.
Pulling it out. I think he's on this side. I'm not sure though.
Yes, right.
One on the other side as well, Gaspar. He ran in, elbow. Running back, one more thing. Hang on. Elbow.